Oh my god, practicing before school. And it's a banana. And he's doing, dude, this is crazy, bro. No, dog, this is crazy. What am I looking at, dog? I'm trying to figure that out myself. So Nick Crowley, great videos. He makes horror documentaries, like, for the most part. I'm sorry, I don't really know too much, but like, you guys are telling me that. I'm actually really interested in seeing his stuff now. But he made one on smartschoolboy9. I don't know who this is, but I skipped through the video really quickly to get an idea. And the man's just creepy. That's all I know. But let's see actually what it is all about. I can't believe you guys caught me skipping. I had no idea. I literally had... I was like, this is such...
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids.
You're so dumb.
I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024.
Okay.
It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users. And those in the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them, but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least.
Ooh. Not saying this is fake, because it's a rabbit hole, right? Let's try to figure it out. But like, that's pretty cool if someone like on the other side was just making up this whole story and just like made this character up and they just became such a big thing, right?
The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing.
Scary as fuck.
This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging story of smartschoolboy9.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bro. This guy's dressed up as a clown? I'm scared, bro. What is this? You guys dressed up as a clown? Oh.
We'll return after these messages.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, AG1. AG1 is a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports full body health, packing in 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients.
I'm going to quickly go get some watermelons.
Thinking about my health, both long-term
don't worry, guys.
and
I'll be back.
And I've realized just how important it is to get the proper amount of your daily nutrients. But the problem is, the older I get, the busier I've become, and the less time I have to make sure that I'm hitting the mark on these vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I've tried taking a bunch of individual vitamins, but it was just too overwhelming to keep track of. But AG1 has been a game changer because they take the guesswork out of it. 1 scoop and you're good to go for the day. Not only is it healthy, but it gives me a boost of energy that doesn't lead to a crash a few hours later.
I'm excited.
Like caffeine does. It makes me feel
scared, to be honest.
Healthier. And overall, it's
especially since it's getting dark in my room.
It's helped me lock in right at the beginning of the day. And it's even helping me cut back on my coffee intake, which was honestly starting to become a problem. I've tried other supplements before, but I can safely say there is only one AG1. They're the first I've seen to pack this much nutrition and gut health support into just 1 scoop. So if this sounds like something you guys might be interested in, you can click the link in the description or use the QR code you see on screen. And you'll get a bottle of vitamin D3 and K2, as well as 5 AG1 travel packs free with your first subscription. Beautiful boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named Truthsticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead
that was a 4GT
on the platform.
That was a 4GT.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when, in actuality, he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform.
Yo, that mom sounds fucking scary as shit. Am I wrong? That mom is mad scary.
It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children. And it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school?
Okay, so the guy...
Yes.
She's like
This theme
stalking,
of
or
calling
not
out
stalking.
online predators
So
would
the guy she's like following, or like outing, is that schoolboy?
remain consistent throughout the years on Truth Sticks 11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which their son had attended.
Yo, why is it so scary? Yo, like, am I wrong? Those photos are so scary.
With the captions often boasting about how intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow stranger.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck?
They looked off, almost as if they were AI generated.
No, this is
And
creepy.
on top of this, they began to appear heavily edited in
Yo,
an
this is
almost
creepy as
inexplicable
hell.
manner, with deep red lipstick often
What?
being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
What?
Until they became straight up.
This is definitely edited, right? Like, I don't even know. Like, this is not like a filter. Like, this is actually his real hair. I was making sure this is the same person, but this is the same kid from the first original photo. We watched that creepy Vsauce video afterwards. Oh, maybe not today, but probably tomorrow.
Even sickening.
There were editing skills.
These bizarre edits spilled over past just the images too, as the posts began to appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son
Maybe the person, okay, you know how it was a mom outing? It was a mom outing this person. What if this person killed the mom? And then it controls the account and now owns the kid or some shit? Like, dude.
behind the account began
wrong?
posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow
Let me see
even
these
more
videos.
chilling.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, okay. Dog, this is giving me... Is this not Kanito Pet vibes? Is this literally not Kanito Pet? Am I wrong?
The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips.
Oh, hell no. Nah, ban this account from Instagram,
Though
bro.
their voice sounds...
Dev Kanito Pet,
Oh.
dude, I swear to God.
The account was overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children in explicit positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped onto scantily dressed adult
Oh,
bodies.
okay.
One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account: the supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not
Well,
an
even the
innocent mother.
first pictures weren't real, so it was AI from the beginning? So was their real mother outing somebody? Like, what?
concerned for the welfare of other
What?
children, but instead, a predatory individual themselves. And this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators, with the wording of these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own, but by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession
I'm getting jump
with
scared by these goddamn photos.
high-heeled mini boots.
Oh,
These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in
Ain't
the
no
wardrobe.
boy wearing
No
mini
matter what they
boots, bro.
discussed, school uniforms
What?
and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is fetish content.
Yeah.
Not too unlike the bizarre
100%.
accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children. And what makes the Chloe account so disturbing is
I wouldn't be surprised if someone like paid whoever's behind this account to make this account and was like, yo, I'll pay you $5,000 a month. And I want you to just post like these creepy ass kids and make sure they're always wearing these boots, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
AI was seemingly not used, and rather, the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same
That's
thing
what I was
as
thinking.
part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss
Because like the whole
later.
thing is like,
But
oh, we're outing all these predators, but then they're also putting predatorial material. It's
for now,
weird.
one thing was for certain.
Weird.
These pages were not run by children or their parents. So, who created them? Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post.
Oh shit.
smartschoolboy9
This
was
is what
much
the
the
video's
same
about.
as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of themselves.
What? Ain't no
In the images
fucking
posted on the
way.
account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform. His face is painted pure white and has bright red lipstick, and he's of course wearing
Bro, I wanna turn the light
high-heeled
on.
mini boots.
I wanna turn the light
Characteristics
on.
that were all utilized across the other accounts.
I wanna turn the light
only
on.
This time, it was done on himself.
I
as
mean,
he
it's
poses
broad
as a
daylight
child,
outside, but
pretending to
dog.
go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
Did he edit that jump scare like this part? You know what I'm saying?
School.
Oh, he's making like
Let me know if you like school as well.
this is the guy. This is the guy in the first video, like when he was saying like, oh, this guy's pretending to be a kid. Oh my god. That was literally him in the first, like in the other Instagrams, calling out the other pedophiles out.
The
That's
videos
literally his
are
voice.
all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
School, boys.
School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading towards school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
He ain't on
Just
no
school
bus, bro.
And other videos showing
This
him
man
doing
ain't on no bus.
whatever this is.
Sometimes you gotta suck on your tongue, no? Sometimes
With
you
these
gotta.
strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish.
This is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, this shit is crazy. Oh my god, practicing
like
before
the other
school, and it's a banana, and he's doing, dude, this is crazy, bro. No, dog, this is crazy. What am I looking at, dog? I'm trying to figure that out myself.
As much like the other account,
should've saved
his
this for
content is
October.
overtly sexual, in its own bizarre way.
1, 2.
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of
Hey,
view of the
yo!
camera, as he stares into his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening part of this whole rabbit hole, and also the most important.
He's definitely the guy who
Interspersed throughout his page
leads
are a
the
few
other
examples
accounts.
of what this individual's voice sounds like,
He definitely leads the other accounts.
This is quite good.
which just so happens to be the same voice
Exactly
heard in the
what
very
I
first
said.
clip shown on the Truth Sticks account.
A man pretending to be a boy.
Meaning that this full-grown adult man is the one behind this entire rabbit hole.
Why is he
He's the
making
one
his
on these
face?
accounts pretending to be a
That's just what he
child and
does.
their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space with his full outfit and face paint on.
Look at me.
Holy shit. Okay, that's what I was curious about. Because all his other videos, he always only does indoors. Even like when he's riding the bus, he's like indoors, right? But like it's all edited. I was wondering if he actually would go outside in that outfit, and he does.
It's truly one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, and making sense of what this all is extremely difficult. But based on the information found from this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid.
See, like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this guy right here, I wouldn't numerous cut. Hold on.
Information found from this first Reddit
See,
post.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is the guy who started the whole thing, just so he can like start this whole story. You know what I mean? We need the death sentence. Oh my god, absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it, but like,
this man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid, and I think OP was correct when they
electric
speculated
chair
that this was some
motherfucker.
sort of age play thing. But it's also clearly
no, this
much
is
more than that,
crazy.
too. As based on the images that he's created himself, he clearly has some sort of attraction to other children
kids
as well. As he's
that
quite
look
literally
like this
created
with like
faux
boots
CP,
on.
the likes of which is so disturbing that I can't even really describe
No,
it
him in
here either.
Alcatraz. No, what the?
He's creating fetish content, and he's using the likeness of children, and also some children that are clearly very real people, to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point though, this was merely speculation, with much of the smartschoolboy9 case remaining a mystery, and the rabbit hole was only getting deeper from here.
Damn. Yo, there's no way.
Months after this rabbit
This
hole was
gets
introduced
worse?
to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/internet mysteries subreddit, where the case really took.
This is what I'm saying, right? Because like, let's say you're this guy, and then like everyone, like let's say thousands of people start realizing like these are your Instagram accounts. Dog, are they not banning your ass? Wouldn't Instagram just immediately ban? Like I imagine at some point this guy's getting thousands of reports a day, right? So wouldn't they just ban him? And then at that point, like you're so outed, are you really posting anymore after that? Couldn't piece by piece in GTA 5. Yeah, GTA 5
took off. There, internet
But how is he
sleuths
not banned?
began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages.
Is it
No,
more?
There seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where
It might be
across
other
each
people
page
also,
he
right?
pretends to
It doesn't
be a
have to
child,
necessarily be him.
with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions, he's shown images of children at a playground, which he may have taken himself.
Oh, no way, right, dude? You know what I need? I need someone to ever confirm if any of these kids are theirs. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you've seen these kids before, yo, just be like, yo, that's my brother, that's my cousin, that's my best friend. That way we know, like, they're not stolen. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes to debunk it, right?
A schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his
But
accounts,
it could be AI,
with his
so no
most
one could
common
claim it, right?
alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing, but how does this guy have the money to keep doing this? I imagine this takes a lot of time out of your day to do all these accounts and do all this shit. How do you have the money to sustain this shit, bro? Like, what are you doing in your day-to-day job?
Inspiring
Who's
poet,
paying for
with
this?
accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though, I know my underwear might show if I lean forward.
Whoa.
Good. Stephanie Stansfield, 12. But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just
execute this man, bro.
This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years, with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even the literal sense.
He dressed up as the girl character? Ain't no way!
As in one of his many pages dedicated to this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion. But by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children.
You lost your appetite, hey, my bad, bro.
I do, it is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer.
He lives in the
These
UK,
are two
though.
examples out of many that show smartschoolboy9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that, "It happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps." This is our best evidence that these accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts.
I know this is gonna sound crazy. But I don't know if he's actually out there doing anything. I know this is gonna sound fucking nuts, but I don't know if anything he's doing is illegal. It is just like on the borderline of like the most like depraved shit of all time, but is any of it not allowed? Like, oh god, so like he's weird. Is he probably attracted to children? I imagine he would be attracted to children, but he actually hasn't done anything wrong. Like lawfully wrong, but like morally, absolutely.
Behavior. The man behind Schoolboy9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt,
this is what I mean. Like, has he ever actually like attempted to meet up with a kid? That's like what I'm.
Or not this was.
If so, hey, those kick streamers, Gideon, go get this man.
A sexual thing. Here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl.
I can't sit still in class, thighs jerking. Oh god.
But have his tactics actually.
Oh wait, it said like 13-year-olds are so sexy. Oh god.
Worked. Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off, for children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids.
John, don't ever say that.
Another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children.
All I'm saying is that if like I feel like if this like because of like think about this like let's say you're a pedophile, bro. Are you really gonna go out there and start posting hella shit on Instagram for fun? You know what I mean? Like that shit's fucking crazy. Like I'm out here posting shit about pedophilia while I'm a pedophile. Like that's crazy to me. So like I feel like he didn't do anything. He's just being fucking weird. But I feel like he's probably within the laws of like stuff. But it's just weird, bro. It's just weird. It's wrong. I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm saying it's wrong 100% just legally. Legally, it might not be wrong, but it is absolutely like wrong on society-wise and everything. But like, I would be shocked if he did anything. Like, dude, imagine being this imagine it's like imagine you're Hannibal Lecter. Like you're posting on 50 different Instagram accounts about how like hinting at like eating people. Like, dog, like it'd be like, bro, like catch this guy, bro. It's until proven guilty is the law term, but in the general public, super unacceptable. Exactly, it should be stopped immediately. Exactly. If this guy should not be allowed to do this, but lawfully,
not been traced back to their original creator.
Like dress up as a little kid and like and throw really weird hints.
on this man's pages, which might mean that
Who
he
is
was
this
sent
guy,
them
bro?
privately.
Who is
There's
this
even
guy?
one image that David posted on his schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not.
Yeah.
For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around
Like,
children,
this shit's fucking
and has
weird.
even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one
That
thing
shit's
is
weird
for
too.
certain: smartschoolboy9 needs to be stopped.
Did they find his ass? Okay, like,
Finding this man and
I would say no doubt, right? No doubt this guy lives in the UK, right? I feel like just off the sense of everything I've seen, this guy lives in the UK for sure.
reporting him to law enforcement
I said send him to
quickly
the news
became a top
ASAP. Hey, I wouldn't be
priority for
against
those
it.
investigating the case.
I wouldn't
And
be against
luckily,
it.
He left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located.
Okay.
And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so
When
than
is
any
Hooper? It's
other.
probably same
But what's
time, 6:30.
interesting is that there
I
was
imagine.
another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother or a father, or even a friend from school,
Is it
despite
him?
never actually picturing him,
He used his name?
just mentioning his name,
What's his name?
David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David. David Alter.
Oh!
With a man being 59 years
Holy shit. They found his ass? Dog, also, let's be honest, like, look, like, this, I'm not, hey, not that I'm complimenting the guy, but for 59 years old, he kind of looks kind of young. Like, I would have put his ass in, like, the late 20s, the 30s, but 59 years old? I know we can't see him too well, but goddamn. Goddamn, I need his skincare routine.
old. At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior.
Okay.
But we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually
I
is.
want to see how this guy looks like without all this makeup and shit on.
As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
W.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time. I think I like a little lemon and lime.
Yeah.
Say Mary Ann,
Yeah.
hey Steely Dan.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that running tram.
And his name also appears in a random newspaper, where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing school uniforms. And that's really all we have at the moment.
What the
Though there is
fuck?
one very important aspect
Is
that we
this
have yet to
Cord?
talk about in relation to this man, with that being
Is that the
David's mental
devil?
state. Some believe that David is a mentally unwell individual who potentially doesn't know the extent of what they are doing. Now, even if this is the case, his behavior still needs to be stopped, and he needs to be given proper help to assure that no one else gets hurt by his actions. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he
See, like, that's the real question. Is anybody getting hurt by this? That's the hard part, right? Like, has anyone or is anybody getting hurt by this, or is it just him being fucking creepy as fuck online? Like, he's just a fucking creep. And like, you know, like,
on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well spoken and articulate.
Yeah,
And
I mean, he
throughout his
wrote an
problematic
article,
content,
so
most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate
Pass
a
out
child.
as a kid, yeah.
But it's impossible to know for sure. But what we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to the situation and other clues littered across his accounts showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong.
Okay, wait, hold on. So the police are investigating him? What came out of that investigation? That's what I'm curious about. What came out of that investigation? Because it's not really
Since the
clear.
exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators
Oh.
would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions,
Oh.
lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's
Oh my god, the context makes sense now, bro. What the fuck? So he just roasted himself?
projection, and it started all the way back
pretend
at
that
the
he's
beginning
like-
of this rabbit hole.
Not the
So-
character?
That's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes.
What?
The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own
himself,
dark vices.
yeah.
And I can think of 2 reasons why. Number 1, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep, because he's actively calling them
I don't mean that person, but look, okay, first of all, if I have a kid, my kid is not following an account that outs pedophiles. You know, if I have a kid, I'm not gonna let them follow this account that's outing pedophiles. At the same time, if I see the account and I see all these pictures of these weird ass, like, clown looking ass kids with high heels on, I'm not letting them follow that account. So it doesn't even matter if this is authentic to me or not. I'm not letting them do this shit.
out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids. And number 2, he knows what he's doing is wrong, and this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious
Self-reporting,
based on just
dog.
how
It's
accurate these
crazy.
claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic. Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on TruthSticks11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well.
Whoa!
As he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids,
Oh!
and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part
Oh
of
my
his
god,
MO.
so this might be literally what he's thinking. Like, he wants to eat kids, and then killing in the ritual and 35 AC indicates to 34 other pedophiles that he and they are active in their accounts.
as well, as crazy as that may sound. This also seems to coincide with some of the content he's posted that I can't show
Secret
you,
pedophile shit.
as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that honest give the illusion that
I mean, when I see this, I don't see anything else other than tied up. Like, this picture right here, is this anything other than tied up? Why would he even post this? Like, what is he posting here? Oh, I had a fun time in my dungeon? Like, what?
they're tied
It's
up.
a RuneScape photo?
And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his accounts, he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails, and even some where he discusses what time school starts and ends, saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that
See,
show
like, I
other-
feel like this would be a problem. Okay, like, this is what I mean. I feel like this would be a problem if there's, like, currently an epidemic in the UK where kids are missing and then they're being eaten alive and then fucking, like, killed, right? Like, that, then I would be like, get this guy. But it doesn't seem like he's doing anything. He's just weird.
children outside.
I know,
from
sounds
a
weird, but-
distance,
know.
almost as if David was stalking them. This is
If he's
highly
stalking them,
concerning.
that's
Even
wrong.
if we don't know truly how low this man's perversion
If he's taking a picture of them,
he's
that's
still
wrong.
far too close to children.
If he's actually
which is
trying to, like, meet
perfectly
up, that's wrong.
encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots. This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick.
Okay.
This video is edited more egregiously than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and huge emojis covering the majority of the screen.
What the hell?
Though just barely
Where did
enough
this guy learn to edit?
of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy. Who he then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while. Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know.
There's no way.
David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my
There's
hope
no
is that law
way.
enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this
Because they know where he
individual and
lives.
finally put an end to his twisted behavior. But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of Smart Schoolboy 9 is far from over.
What? Bro, how is this guy not in jail? What? Yo, I'm scared. And I live in the US. And I'm 49 years old.